cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already live. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Reset. Black down in our
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Tiger. Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Richmond.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Come back.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Second down, Kaiser. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Kaiser from the gun on third. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Coleman now. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Drops it off for Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Kaiser on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Kaiser going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin is the... That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Kaiser. Open man is Uzama. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Ohio!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now it's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Black 99 Billy! Come back, come back!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Kaiser now. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and this is recovered by the Chargers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 62 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So here come the Lions now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
From the gun, Kaiser. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he's out right at the 25. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Flex round! Flex round! We got three, fellas. We got three.
On play action, Kaiser. He finds back and complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's Coleman on the toss. Nice little juke, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To throw is Kaiser. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They go play action. Kaiser trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Watson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, Dorsett. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Philip Dorsett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play fake. Kaiser. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Flex round.
On third down, Kaiser. He's going to go for a big play, and that's caught inside the 35. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play on third down for the Lions. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Kaiser will sneak it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. What?
He's going to get it running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And that is incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
To throw, Kaiser. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Black down our belly. Down.
On 1st down, it's Watson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Black 22. Black 22.
Now Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Out of his end zone, Kaiser. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Able to get there and pick it.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Back to it after the pick six. Kaiser. Open man is Uzama. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll run with Marshall. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the backside? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Kaiser. And this is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here's Watson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Watson caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Kaiser now from the 50. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a handoff looking right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Ohio! Ohio! Here we go! What? 90! What? 90! Ohio! Ohio! Hunt!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4th down, Kaiser, desperation time. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's taken down inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Kaiser on first down. Flushed out right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And it's incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again, it's Kaiser. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. C.J. Uzomah, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Third and long. It's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 39 on third. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
On 1st down, Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know what you call it, revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Let's go. What? 90.
On play action, Kaiser. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Kaiser. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus,
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd.
We got three, fellas. We got Ohio.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Lions. 43 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Ohio! Ohio! Single.
They go play action. Kaiser. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He finds Coleman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Come back, come back!
Throwing now, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
From the red zone now, Watson. They shake, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Come back, come back!
Out of the gun, Watson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen.